Here's everything you need to know about ants in just 4 minutes. Let's get started. Ants are some of the most social creatures. In a single colony, there can be anywhere from a couple hundred to a few billion ants. So the next time you see an ant mound, just know there can be a population of ants that matches the amount of people living in the US today. Ants are really good at teamwork. Just watch this clip of these ants building a bridge out of themselves to invade a wasp's nest. Every ant colony must have a queen. Queen ants are what keep the colony alive and thriving. They are the only ants that can lay fertile eggs. Did you know the average ant colony can have anywhere from 1 or 2 queens, all the way up to 100 queens? There are over 13,000 known species of ants. Some estimates show that number can be as high as 22,000 species. Here's a list of just a small fraction of the species of ants from around the world. Now that you know some of the basics about ants, let's learn about some of the more advanced stuff. A crazy lesser-known fact about ants is that some ant species grow fungus farms. One species that does this is the leafcutter ant. Leafcutter ants cut up the leaves into small bits, carry them into the colony, and feed it to the fungus, so the fungus can grow and thrive. Then they eventually feed the fungus to their young. While we're on the topic of ants farming, another crazy fact is that some ants have aphid farms. The ants take care, protect, and feed the aphids, and in return, the aphids secrete this sugary substance known as honeydew, and the ants will drink that. Another fact about ants very few people know about is that adult ants can only eat liquid food. Only the young larvae can feast on solid food such as crickets and mealworms. So next time you see an ant carrying a cricket into its colony, know that it's not for the adult ants, but for the baby ants. Now let's talk about one of the craziest species of ants, the honeypot ant. The honeypot ant is a type of ant that can store so much liquid in its abdomen that it looks like it's about to pop. Not every ant in a honeypot ant colony can do this. Only specialized workers can. They do this so that in the winter when food is scarce, they have extra food stored in their stomachs that they can regurgitate into other ants' mouths. Here's something I bet you didn't know. Every single worker ant in an ant colony is a female. Yep, that's right. The only male in an ant colony is the drone ant. They aren't even meant to live in the colony. They are meant to fly out and mate with other ants. While we're on the topic of drone and queen ants, let's take a deeper look into what their lives look like. Before a queen ant is truly a queen ant, they are known as princess ants. Princess ants are the outcome of when worker ants give a female larva a more protein-rich diet. A princess ant will live in the colony for a few weeks to a few months until it's the month they usually have their nuptial flight. Nuptial flight is when they fly out of the nest to go mate. And this is where the drone ant comes in. The drone ant will fly during the nuptial flight and find a queen to mate with. It'll mate, and then a week or two after it mates, it will die. But that's just the beginning for the queen. Soon after the queen ant mates, she'll shed her wings, and she'll break down the fat and protein that were in her old flying muscles. She'll feed off of that for the first few weeks of life. Then she will lay her first brood of eggs, and those eggs will hatch into larvae. Then they'll hatch into pupa, and then they'll be her first adult ants, also known as nunatics.